Bengal Genius here. Going to talk about the first 3 rounds of the Bengals draft. Pretty good. It was good. They addressed the areas that they needed to address in a way, okay? So Miles Murphy, stud defensive end, I get it. DJ Turner, burner, man, runs a 4.26 40. It's great that he's a cornerback. We need corners. I told you the AFC is loaded with top-notch quarterbacks. Now the best in the league, so you got to have corners to make it. It's going to be a gauntlet. It's going to be brutal. So cornerback's a must. And then they got Jordan Battle, who's a safety, who's a hard-hitting. He's solid. He does what he's supposed to do. And lose a genius, as we all know, so everything's great. Here's my little problem. Small little problem. This is our 4th draft in a row now. We're banging the table to fix the offensive line. And what we've proven year in, year out is we aren't very good at it. The team gets an A+ when it comes to every other position. It's pretty amazing. The secondary's great. Every other position. All right, every other position. But offensive line, we are not good at it. And that's a problem. I got a little Twitter beef with a guy. I'm not sure I think his handle is Scott Dummy 066672 or something. But, by the way, as an insult goes, saying you should take the genius out of your name isn't very original. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like the first thing you could say. But I'm going to add super genius to it. How about that, Scott the Dummy? Anyway, okay, so offensive line. I would like to see it solved once and for all. I love the Collins signing last year, I'll be honest. But his injuries are racking up. That's a problem. Orlando Brown, I was through the roof, and then Jonah Williams flaked out on us. And the way I'm looking at it, if I have a bouncer or a bodyguard, I don't want the guy not wanting the job. That's how I look at it. So if I'm the Bengals organization, Jonah Williams wants to leave, and I know how the team is about trading guys and getting rid of guys, but they're protecting Joe Burrow, who is the key to the Super Bowl here. I want so bad. So we got to just protect Joe. I don't know why this is such a freaking discussion every year. Why are we talking about this still? This should be done with. Now, to be fair, we, like I said, signed Orlando Brown. Cap has been great. They try to get Collins. Karras, I love Ted Karras. He's a G. He's a top G. That's fantastic, but it's still not fixed. We should have quality depth. I asked my boy Parker Blake, who is an offensive line guru, this guy. I asked him, who is a player that the Bengals drafted in the last 3 years that you could envision blossoming and becoming a starter? He said none. None. Think of that. All these guys we've been drafting. Carmen, Hakeem Adeniji. I mean, there's a lot of guys. And remember we signed Bobby Hart? No offense, Bobby Hart. I don't want you jumping out of a window. But remember we signed Bobby Hart to a big extension? I mean, I don't understand this problem with the offensive line. The scouting, the projections, I don't get it. I just wanted to solve, man. The last 2 seasons, all I'm saying is this. The last 2 seasons, Chris Jones and Aaron Donald chewed our ass up. If the Bengals had protection, we win the Super Bowl. 2 Super Bowls. But for sure, the Rams game, we all saw the last play where they sacked Joe. If he was protected, Ramsey fell down, Chase catches a touchdown, and we win the Super Bowl. That's it, man. The offensive line should be top-notch now. This is going on season 2 of the O-line being shaky. And now the offensive line was looking great last year, except till there was injuries because we got no quality depth. So I don't understand what we're doing at that position. So hopefully we can address it, tomorrow and get lucky, I guess. But at some point, the Bengals are going to have to sign a legit veteran free agent and we're going to have to cut in another area. Maybe I said this before and everyone freaked out. I'm not saying which skilled position guy, but if you're giving me an offensive lineman and we're taking away one of the big four, go ahead and do it, because protecting Joe Burrow is the key to getting this thing done so he can pass the ball to the playmakers. So no tight end chosen. Not a surprise, because we signed Irv Smith and we also signed Drew Sample. So just like I told you. But so tomorrow will be interesting. Expect a running back to get taken. They will grab an offensive lineman, and of course they'll grab a defensive lineman. But overall, though, our grades are going to be very good. And Myles Murphy, we do need the guy. I mean, he's going to be a huge pass rushing presence, and we know what we got to do. We got to get to Mahomes. We got to get to all those guys. We got to get to Mahomes. We got to get to Mahomes. We got to get to Rodgers. We got to get to Herbert. We got to get to Lawrence. We got to get to freaking Josh Allen. We got to get to Russell Wilson. It's on. Every game is huge next year. Every game. The number one seed is critical. So it is going to be a year like I've never seen, because all I know is if you got the number one seed, that's a huge advantage. You're talking about one less game where you don't got to play. Think about it. You're trying to beat 3 Pro Bowl quarterbacks in a row is very difficult. Very difficult. So it's on. So tomorrow, pray with me now. Pray with me. Dear sweet baby Jesus, please provide us with a right tackle and an amazing utility lineman like Cody Mock would have been. But whatever, I digress, Lord, sweet Jesus. And give us an offensive lineman that can finally protect Joe, and you quit torturing my soul. Amen. Felix, all right, let's do it. Hooray, let's go.
Man, y'all need to start tuning in to the YouTube channel, The Bengals Genius Show.